Good morning. Man, it's kind of chilly and it's kind of windy, but hey, I had to get up for sunrise anyways because, well, I'm camping in the most beautiful desert in Arizona. You can tell I'm not in the Mojave Desert anymore because of these saguaro cactus. They don't grow in the Mojave Desert because it gets too cold up there. You only find them down here in the beautiful Sonoran Desert. Now, I love the Mojave Desert, and I feel bad saying this, but I might think the Sonoran Desert is maybe a little bit more beautiful than the Mojave. I mean, there's lots of beautiful stuff in the Mojave Desert, don't get me wrong. Death Valley National Park, all this amazing Joshua trees and crazy rock formations and beautiful plants up there. But there's something about the biodiversity of this desert is so astounding. It's such a cool variety. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to it, but whoa, I really like the plants down here. Now, some of these plants we have up in the Mojave too, like this cute little furry, fuzzy looking teddy bear cholla, which if you've ever been up close and personal with one, you know is actually not cute and fuzzy and furry at all. But that's okay, I still love you anyways. And then of course, some of these other plants we also have, like the humble yet noble creosote bush. Oh, this over here is a Palo Verde tree. Look how beautiful this is. Like the trunk, the bark is just this beautiful green color. I don't think those are native to the Mojave Desert, but I've definitely seen them growing in people's front yards and whatnot. I guess they do all right. But what we don't have are these amazing Saguaro cactus. Look at these guys. These are like the cactus you see in the cartoons whenever you think of a cactus. You know, they always have those cool arms sticking up off the side. Or like this one over here. That one looks like he's raising his arms to greet the new day. I recently learned about these guys and they're actually really interesting. Let me turn the camera around and give you a close-up. Now, apparently these guys don't even grow an arm until they're like 75 years old. Oh, look, there's the moon. Yeah, they don't even sprout arms till they're 75, and I don't think they even blossom until they're like 85 or something. Look at that. It's so interesting that the arm is just sort of like a node growing right off the side. And then look up close how cool this is. The way they are, they're ridged, and then the little spines come right off the side of each ridge. It's a trip. I'm not sure what all these like scabby looking holes are. I know people do try to shoot these, or well, they used to and they probably still do. I think it's a federal offense now, but sometimes you'll see them full of bullet holes, and the bullet holes just become these scabby little scars. Oh look, looks like some little critter made a nest inside this hole, like stashed seeds for later. How cute. Anyway, whenever you see like a cactus in the cartoons, that's pretty much a saguaro. And I guess they're supposedly full of water too. They store water, which is why they're able to grow in these super arid landscapes. And well, that's why, even though this cactus is probably like 100 years old at least, it takes that long for something to grow with no water. So I guess the whole thing is like juicy, full of water. And if you were lost out here in the desert and dying of thirst, supposedly you can cut it open and there's like some kind of, I don't know if it's water or juicy kind of pulp you can drink and stay alive. Well, I sure wouldn't want to have to do that. First of all, I wouldn't want to kill this majestic saguaro. He's like waving, hi everybody, hello. So cute. I wouldn't want to have to kill the thing, and it also looks like it might be kind of painful. And well, it's just not a good day to be lost in the desert anyway, so I'm just going to stick kind of close to my car for now. But lucky for me, the desert right around my car is interesting enough to where I don't have to go very far. This is another plant I really like down here in the Sonoran Desert. I think it's called an ocotillo. They have those really cool spiky spines that just grow up like that. Oh wow, I actually didn't realize that I must have camped near some old mining camp last night, because I just noticed walking around there's a bunch of old tin cans. Real old tin cans. Oh well, look, it's one of those Coors cans from 1973 or whatever year that was, that they put that weird punch hole in it. It's weird how many of those you find out here. You know what I mean? Like for something that was only mass produced for, I think, 1 year, 2 years, I find an astonishing number of them out here in the desert. Anyway, not only are there all these old metal rusted cans and stuff down in the wash, but there's also well, it looks like part of an old stone wall right here where I camped. Too funny, because I didn't even see that last night when I rolled in. I just pulled in to the first flat area I found that had a campfire ring. And, well, it was almost dark when I got here, so I pretty much just went straight to bed. That's the bummer about this time of year. It gets dark so friggin' early. I mean, Arizona does not observe daylight savings time, so the time just changed the other day, but it didn't change here. So that being said, I think it got dark at like 6 p.m. here, so I went to bed pretty early, and well, that's part of the reason I was able to get up so early this morning. Oh, look, you can see more of this old mining ruin that I camped by. Gosh, I had no idea. This looks like just some kind of trash pile. But it looks like that was a wall in the back there. Like this was some kind of dugout cabin or something maybe back in the day. Anyway, who knows? All I know is I needed a place to camp last night that was free and that was out in the middle of nowhere, because I just wanted to be alone in peace and quiet. I'm on my way back home to Vegas-ish. I've been down in Arizona for the last couple weeks, actually, down in the area around Tucson, which is way down in southern Arizona. And, whoa, let me tell you something, the desert is super beautiful down there. Most of the time I spent down there, I was going around to various ghost towns. So I didn't really get a lot of bumbling around in nature time, unfortunately. Which is why, even though I'm only like 2.5 hours from my house where I'm camped here, I decided to pull over and camp last night because I just wanted to be able to, do something like this. Stumble around the desert at sunrise with a cup of coffee, looking at different kinds of cactus. I mean, this desert is just beautiful out here. Look at these ocotillo. These are big ones. I love these things. I want to come back here in spring because all of these cactus bloom so beautifully in the springtime. Well, this is a big one. Look at this guy up close. It's a cool color. It's kind of yellowish greenish. Really neat. But woo, real sharp and pokey if you get too close. Anyway, I found this campsite on one of my favorite websites, freecampsites.net, which is a user-generated database of free places you can camp out in the beautiful desert and, well, all over the place. We're just outside Wickiup, Arizona. Matter of fact, you can probably maybe even see Wickiup in the distance there. You might even be able to see the highway. We're not that far from US 93. It's just right off there. But if you listen, you sure can't hear the highway. We're far enough back to where it feels and looks and sounds like you're in the middle of nowhere. Great campsite. I would definitely stay here again. There's pretty good 4G cell signal with Verizon. The road wasn't too rough to get out here, and there's plenty of room for just about any size rig. Signal Road outside Wickiup. There's your tip for the day. Anyway, like I said, I'm on my way back from Tucson to Vegas, which is only it's really only a 6.5 hour drive. I probably could have just done it all in one day, but there's a hot spring in the area that I want to try to check out before I head home. And to be honest, I'm really not heading home for very long. I'm only stopping at home for the night, and then I got to continue on up north. I agreed to meet somebody at a hot spring in central Nevada. A hot spring that I made a video about once that was pretty rough, rustic. And so this person, one of my viewers, emailed me and said, hey, you want to go out to that hot spring and improve it, fix it up? And I said, boy, howdy, do I ever, that'd be cool. So this person that I'm meeting, him and his girlfriend, they're going to bring out like a big stock tank and some piping, and we're going to plumb it and dig it out and make it into a better soak. So I'm looking forward to that because, gosh, as you know, I've been to so many hot springs, I've soaked in so many, and I've taken advantage of so many other people's labor. I feel like, well, golly, it's about time I give back and pitch in myself. So, that being said, I got to drive 400 miles north of my house to this hot spring by tomorrow night. So my plan is I'm going to hit the hot spring in this area, well, after I stop yakking and drinking this coffee. And then I'm going to get back in my rig, drive the rest of the way to Vegas, just take care of a few things, upload this video, and then I'll get up bright and early tomorrow morning and drive the 400 miles to this other hot spring and spend the weekend there building her up. Busy, busy, busy. That's me. Now see, this is I think that's the cholla I'm used to seeing. It's not quite as fluffy and fuzzy as that other one. So maybe that real fuzzy little guy is particular to the Sonoran Desert. I'm not sure. We're pretty far north in the Sonoran Desert right now. Like I said, we're only 2.5 hours from Vegas. So, gosh, it can't be that different an environment. But hey, look here. I just noticed there's some kind of sign stuck in this rock. I wonder what this is. Let's find out. Registered mining claim. Oh, I camped on someone's mining claim. Absolutely no prospecting allowed. Charles W. Phillips III. Okay, no problem, brother. I just wanted to camp here. I have no plans to prospect. Although, let me tell you something. When I was down in Tucson, I went to this really neat ghost town way down south. It was only like 4 miles from the Mexican border. I mean, way down south in some beautiful country. And my friend and I were driving to the ghost town, and we came across a guy who was prospecting. He was panning for gold in a wash. And he had this whole little thing set up, and so we pulled over and asked him if he minded us watching, and he was more than happy to show us how it worked. It was really cool. I didn't make a video about it because I think he was just out there enjoying his privacy. He probably didn't want to be on YouTube. But it was really neat to see that there was still an old timer doing things the old way. Anyway, you can see the sun's coming up over the ridgeline here. And, well, it's already flooding this valley with beautiful golden light. Look how beautiful this desert is. Yeah, it's kind of windy, but it's not really a cold wind. And, well, to be honest, it's kind of getting a little too warm for this jacket. I think it's going to be a hot one today. So I guess I should probably go get dressed and start making my way over to this hot spring trailhead before it gets too hot. But gosh, I just wanted to take a minute to shoot this beautiful sunrise. Bask in the rays of the promise of a new day. And just share that with everyone. It's going to be a beautiful day. Everything's going to be okay. Cheers to the beautiful world. Cheers to the beautiful desert. Cheers to you wherever you are. Let's all enjoy it.